Hi guys, in this video I'm going to walk you through how you can get your Windows computer up and running for Java. If you're on Mac or Linux computer, you can still follow because there is no much difference in the steps. To get your computer up and running for Java, there are two things you need to install: the Jdk and a text editor. The Jdk, which means the Java Development Kit, is basically what allows you to run Java programs in your computers, while the text editor is what you use to write the code, the program. Having said that, let's dive right into Jdk installation. Before we get to download and install the Jdk, let's first check if we have it pre-installed in this computer. We can simply do that by opening the command prompt, or CMD for short, and running one simple command. To open the CMD, go ahead and click on the Windows icon in the bottom left corner of your screen and type CMD, and here it appears. Go ahead and click open like this, and we have it, the CMD, also known as terminal in some operating systems like Linux, for example. It is basically just a black console with white writing on it. So now that we have the CMD open, let's go ahead and run the single command, which is java space hyphen version, like this, and then we hit enter. This is the response we've got, which simply means Jdk is not installed on this device. So let's go ahead and get it installed. First, open a browser. In my case, I'm going with Google Chrome. Now that we have Google Chrome opened, in the address bar, let's go ahead and type download Jdk like this, and hit enter. So fortunately, due to search engine optimization, the first link we get is most likely that of Oracle. So let's go ahead and click that. I will also drop the link to this Oracle page in the description below, so feel free to check out. In this page, we have two options to select from. The first one is the LTS, which means the long-term support, and if we scroll down, the second one is the 8U321. The recommended one is the LTS, so let's scroll up and download it. If you're on Linux computer, these are for you. If you're on Mac computer, these are for you. And if you're on Windows computer, these are for you. All you have to do is to select from those operating systems that are aligned horizontally. I am on Windows computer, so this is the right one for me. Looking at this list below, we can see that we have three different files. The first one is the zip file, the second one is the exe file, which means the executable file, and the third one is the MSI file. The exe file is all that we need to download. Look at the size, it is just 152.43 MB. So let's go ahead and click it for the download. And in the bottom left corner, we would see it downloading. So now that our Jdk download is in progress, let's talk a little bit about it. As I said earlier, the Jdk stands for Java Development Kit. It holds all the tools that are needed for the compilation and the execution of Java programs. So you can think of it as a box or a toolkit that contains all the tools one needs to compile and run Java programs. Some of these tools are the JVM that we talked about in our previous video, the JRE, which means the Java Runtime Environment, the Java Compiler, and many more. One thing that might confuse you is that in this domain there are three letter acronyms that all start with letter J. So if you want me to make a full video and distinguish in detail between the Jdk, JRE, JVM, and JIT, let me know in the comments section. Now that our JDK download is accomplished, let's go ahead and install it. In Google Chrome, you can display the download page by pressing Ctrl+J. This is our JDK. So let's go ahead and click Show in Folder and then double click to run the JDK like this. Click on Next. Click on Next. It's pretty straightforward. It is progressing, installing tools like the JVM, the GRE, the Java compiler, and the rest. So now we have successfully installed JDK on our device. So go ahead and close it. Mind you, if for any reasons you are unable to download the JDK, you can always get it from somebody. So far we have downloaded and installed the JDK, but we can't just go ahead and start compiling and executing Java programs. It doesn't work like that with JDK. We must add the Jdk path to the environment variable of our computers. So let's go ahead and copy the Jdk path. Click on the folder icon on the taskbar below. Navigate to this PC and click on it. Locate and double click on the local drive. Make sure it is the C drive. Double click on program files. Double click on Java. Double click on JDK and double click on the bin folder. This bin file holds the most important files we need, like the JVM, the Java compiler, and so on. And in the address field up here, we have the explicit description of this path. So let's go ahead and click on it. Make sure everything is highlighted, then right click and then click on copy. You can also copy by using the shortcut key Ctrl+C. Now that we have the JDK path up to the bin folder copied in the system's clipboard, let's go and paste it in the environment variable. So click on the Windows icon down here and type env, and here it appears. Click on open. Click on environment variable. Under the system variables, not the user variable, the system variable, look for path. Here it is. So click on it and click on edit. Click on new and paste the path you copied earlier on. So right click and click on paste. You can simply paste by using the shortcut key Ctrl+V. Now click on OK. Click on OK to save and click on OK to exit. Why did we do this copy and paste of a thing? Well, simply it is to allow the computer to locate the tools and the resources it needs to compile and execute Java programs. And since the bin folder holds the most needed tools, it makes a lot of sense that while copying the JDK path, we copy up to the bin folder. To wrap it up, let's check if our computer is truly up and running for Java. Once again, we will open the CMD and run the command we ran earlier. While trying this for the second time, make sure you close all pre-opened command prompts. So let's go ahead and close this one that we opened earlier. Now let's open a fresh one again. Click on this start icon and type CMD. Click on open and type Java -version and hit enter. And boom, now we have a different response, basically telling us that Java is properly installed on this machine. This is the JDK version that we installed, the LTS, which means what? The long-term support. This is the GRE and its version, and so on. We can also further run another command to check the version of our Java compiler. And this command is javac, not Java, javac space hyphen version. We'll hit enter. And just like the JDK version, this is the Java compiler version 17.0.2. That is all for this video. In the next video, we will see how to download and install a text editor. See you right there.